It's Friday, so Michael Cook is going to join us with some movies to review, a couple of those on Amazon Prime. So we've got Glorious and The Ides of March. Which one do you want to do first, Michael?
Let's start off with the new one, which is The Glorias, just unveiled yesterday on Amazon Prime, free if you are a member. It tells the story of Gloria Steinem, the feminist icon who literally changed the course of American history for the better. It's called The Glorias because Gloria Steinem is played by four actresses, Julianne Moore, Alicia Vikander, Gloria as an adult, and they have two younger actresses who play her as a girl and as a young teenager. In some ways, it's a traditional biopic in terms of telling the story of Gloria Steinem's life, of how she grew up in Ohio with a family that was less than conventional. Her father was a kind of a good time Charlie, always on the move kind of guy. And it tells her story of how she came to be who she was in terms of a young writer in New York City. She became famous for writing a story about the then Playboy Club and a lot of the mistreatment of women there. And it slowly tells the story of her involvement in the women's movement and fighting for justice and equal rights for all women and all races. This movie, it's told in an unconventional fashion in terms of there's flashbacks and flash forwards, and literally in one scene you'll see Gloria Steinem played by one character, and then a moment later she's played by another, which can be a bit jarring at times. There you saw Bette Midler a moment ago as Bella Abzug, another key player in the women's movement. It covers an important history in American life, but unfortunately this movie doesn't do Gloria Steinem justice. It's a bit too it's way too long. It's 2.5 hours. Oh. And they do some weird kind of dream sequences and just things that just don't quite work. I liked learning more about Gloria Steinem, things I didn't know, so that part was enjoyable. But the movie just didn't work. It got a little bit too ambitious and tried to cram too much, that you only got surface level understanding of a lot of these very important women who made some important changes. So I give this a 6.5 out of 10. I wish it had been better, but I do love the Julianne Moore and Alicia Vikander. They were both fantastic in this movie.
Well, since it is the Glorias, maybe could it have been like the Gloria Part 1 and Gloria Part 2?
Right, exactly. that would have been nice if they broke it down into two. The next movie to talk about is called The Ides of March. This movie actually came out in 2011. I thought we'd review it today because it's about presidential politics, and we are smack in the middle of a presidential race. George Clooney directed this movie, and here he plays a presidential candidate running for the Democratic primary. Ryan Gosling is his press secretary. Philip Seymour Hoffman is his campaign manager. I mean, this movie is chock full of amazing actors, along with Evan Rachel Wood, and you saw Paul Giamatti. The basic plot line is, frankly, Ryan Gosling is trying to help George Clooney get the Democratic nomination so he can become president. But there are a lot of behind-the-scenes maneuvers that have to happen, a lot of dangerous politics that gets people wrapped up in some very, very sticky situations. Frankly, a lot of backstabbing and a lot of deal making.
In politics? No, come on.
I know it sounds kind of crazy that this might be a little bit too realistic for this times, but I can tell you, somebody who's involved in this arena, this was a very realistic movie in a lot of ways. A lot of times you have movies that get a bit too unrealistic. This one, in some ways, of course, it's Hollywoodized, but this one was very well done with amazing performances. It makes you miss the late Philip Seymour Hoffman, who left us all too soon. I highly recommend this movie. Even if you don't like politics, it still makes for a very good drama with a lot of good acting. I give this movie a 9 out of 10.
Whoa, okay, all right.
So you both are, again, available on Amazon Prime, free if you're a member. And I recommend The Ides of March if you really want to see a movie this week.
Now, how long is The Ides of March? How long does it run?
I want to say about 2 hours. It's conventional length. It's not particularly long or short. It's good. Unlike The Glorias, which was 2.5 hours, which was about 30-45 minutes too long.
Yeah, you got to stop it at one point and go to the bathroom.
Exactly.
break. Yeah,
exactly.
All right, Michael, thank you so much.